Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So today there's a few things that I want us to talk about. I want us to talk about our emotions regarding the NPA. It's a big weekend. It's I think it's a very important weekend in politics. So I want us to talk about the EFF NPA, feeling wise, how are we feeling as fighters? And I also want us to talk about the weekend of MK. MK is also having a big weekend because they're celebrating their first anniversary. So I'm not an MK member, but I do want us to dive into it a bit because it comes with a lot of pressure. Are people gonna come? Is the stadium gonna be full? Are the preparations in order? Is everything gonna be executed how they planned? There's a lot of things that come into play. And how the event goes, it creates a narrative. It will either create a powerful narrative that, okay, the MK is thriving, the MK is doing well, and the MK is going to dominate in 2026, or it will create an image that the MK is falling apart. So there's a lot of data. Same as the EFF NPA, because I feel like, okay, fine, which was good anyway. As it was approaching, we were kind of taking it lightly, but I think it's 3 days to go now. Today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3 days to go now. And, I'm also feeling some sense of relief, I must say, because I want the NPA to come and for it to pause, and then we can just move on. Because it feels like this cloud hanging over us, So I do want it to come and I do want it to pass. And yeah, man, I feel like, you know what, whoever emerges. I think the only thing that I am interested in as a fighter is to have a leadership that is strong, is to have a leadership that has a backbone, is to have a leadership that loves the EFF as we love the EFF. We want to see ourselves reflected in somebody who is leading us. This is one thing that people don't understand, why we love Julius Malema so much. When we see Julius Malema, how he represents, guys, I'm so sorry, my nails are so bad. Oh my God. Don't worry, I'm fixing that. People don't understand that when we see Julius Malema and how he represents the EFF, we see ourselves reflected in him because he represents the organization how we represent it. He fights for it how we fight for it. So it's personal. So we don't want to have someone who's leading us who doesn't have the fire and the passion that we have as the ground forces. So I think the only thing that I'm worried about, I wish and I pray that whoever that emerges doesn't just emerge because it's someone who's favored here and there, but it's someone who's deserving, and it's someone that can stand for the organization. I feel like in this season that we are in now, we don't have time for a weak leadership. We don't have time for people that are not strong. We don't have time for people that don't know where they are. Like, we need strong people, and that is no joke. So also, you guys, you will tell me in the comment section how you feel. This is my feeling as an individual, as a fighter, as a ground force. And I do wish that it's funny, it's tricky, because a part of me is like, okay, our old leadership led us well. But I'm always a firm believer that sometimes it's good to have new people. It's tricky. It's such a tricky thing, because I feel like if you've been doing something for so long, then you don't put the same energy as you did the first time. However, experience goes a long way. You see, experience goes a long way, because if you take the same person, they know exactly where to push, they know exactly where to turn. But at the same time, I would love new faces. I would love new faces. I would love new people given an opportunity. And also, I feel like I want people need to feel like there is growth. It's like in a company. You don't want to work for a company where I don't want to work for a company where there's no growth. I get tired very easily. I get bored, because I just feel like I'm not working towards anything. I'm not gonna be anything. So it's a good thing for people to work towards something, know that they can get there, um yeah, when it comes to the preparations of the NPA, I'm not worried, because I feel like when it comes to preparations, the EFF is always, it's top notch. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing when it comes to preparing events. I'm not even stressed about that, because they know exactly what they're doing, and they've done it multiple times before. So NPA is small waters. I mean, compare the NPA to our 10th anniversary. So, I mean, I feel like the EFF knows exactly what they're doing. So, I'm not worried about the preparations. Yeah. And also, when it comes to the discussing documents, it's up for discussion. There's nothing much to say with the discussing documents. I've had quite a few discussions though with the fighters, for the proposal of EFF Youth League, not Youth League, man, EFF Student Command being merged or name changed to Youth Command, where it accommodates all the fighters, the ones that are not students, the ones that have dropped out in the townships. So it's not only exclusive of fighters who are in varsities and colleges, but I've seen that the fighters that are in varsities, they've got a strong opinion about that, and they don't want it. I've had a few conversations with fighters. They don't want it. Not only they don't want it, we've had good conversations. I think they've explained it to me, and I understood. I really did understand, actually, some things that I did not even think about when they started telling me, you know what, we no one can advocate for the student daily struggles like us, Student Command, because these are the things that we go through. And if we take the Student Command and merge it to the Youth Command, then let's say one of the leaders, a leader, becomes someone who's in the youth command. Of course, they're going to prioritize the youth command demands. Everybody has got demands and needs, and it's important for everybody. So, of course, they're going to prioritize youth league demands, because they are not in varsity. So their demands and their struggles will not be the same as students that are in varsity. So it's quite a strong. I didn't realize that it was such a big thing when I first heard the proposal. Before I had conversations with fighters, I was like, oh no, this is good. I understand this, because now it can accommodate all the fighters. So yeah, so when I first heard it, I was like, no, this is a good idea. There are people who are interested, who wants to be active in the EFF, who not necessarily in varsity or college. So I understood the idea. It made a lot of sense to me. I was like, I'm definitely for this idea. And then I had a few conversations with fighters, students, and I heard them. They started expressing how they feel, things they go through, and how nobody could ever understand that except for people who are students. I was like, okay, now I get this perspective, and this is a perspective that I didn't have. So, those conversations, we can't prejudge and have expectations. We will see how it goes in the NPA. So those are just feelings. There's a lot of things to be discussed, and obviously I've learned and realized that we all have our different perspectives and different views. So we shall see what the outcome is, but whatever the outcome is, I hope, if it's not the outcome that you wanted, at least you understand, or maybe some other options, alternatives are made for you, so that your concerns are also covered, but we shall see. And then with the MK, as I said, that they are having their first anniversary, it's a lot of pressure on Floyd as well, because he's an SG, so his skills are going to be tested as well in organizing and make sure that the event is successful. And if the event is not successful or there are glitches, it will reflect on him. So it's a huge pressure on him as well. It will reflect on him. I think that's why he said, I think this is why he said that incompetence will not be tolerated. I think that's where that came from, where he said incompetence will not be tolerated. People who are lazy will not be. I think that's where it came from, because it's his reputation. It's gonna reflect on him. So I think he's also having a lot of pressure. As we've seen with other events of the MK, where buses are not organized, there's no food, so I hope, he's planned this one to the T, and he's got strong people that will carry out whatever he planned, yeah. And so, as I said as well, the event itself will come out with a narrative. Will come out with a narrative. Will it give a strong message that the MK is thriving and it's gonna do well in the 2026 and the 2029 elections? Or will it give a message that the MK is getting weaker? So whatever that happens, so, but I see MKP members, they're excited. I actually saw Duduzile Zuma speaking. They had a motorcade just, I think last week, I'm not sure when, or this weekend, actually, I'm not sure. So she was speaking, and she was like, yeah, it's been so difficult. It's been a hard year. And I'm like, yeah. People, when they see organizations, they think that organizations are ran easy. Running an organization is very hard. And I'm not talking about politics. I'm just talking about any organization. If you've ever been a leader of something, you will realize that it's hard. It's not easy work. It's not a walk in the park. So she was like expressing, yeah, it's been such a difficult year. Let's get our push. And I can see the pressure of them to fill the stadium, because they keep on emphasizing, guys, we need to fill the stadium. So I don't know why they are so concerned about filling the stadium, because they got votes. So if they got votes, I'm sure they can manage to fill that stadium, right? Well, I don't know. We shall see, because they got votes. We shall see. So yeah. So it's a big weekend. It's a big weekend. We want to see how things unfold. Starting on Thursday, we're going to see how things unfold. Also today, Panyaza Lusufi is addressing the Youth League. There's quite a few things that he said. Panyaza is emphasizing in the Youth League that they need strong leaders. They don't want weak leadership. We are born in the Youth League. The Youth League needs to have a strong backbone. And also he said that a president needs to sign the remaining points of the Bella Bill. Remember, President gave the DA and everyone else who was not happy with the Bella Bill those other pointers till the 13th of December. Today is the 9th, it's Monday. The 13th is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 13th is on Friday. So president needs to sign the bill. Is the president going to sign? What is the DA going to do? Also, Steenhuisen, I saw he threw some threatening messages there that, yeah, if president fires Sivwe Kwahube, then it's going to be the end of the GNU. And I'm like, he's lying. He's not going anywhere. And I pray that president can just prove a point and fire Usiviwe. And then Ajongba, what Uzautinu Steenhuisen? He's just bluffing. They will never walk away. They will choose their positions over if we're getting fired. They will never. He's just bluffing, puffing hot air. Yeah, this is the it's gonna be the end of the GNU. Don't. Really. So I just wish President Angaka in his and I reshuffle Usiviwe and then check what's gonna happen. Because he will also be sending a strong message that I'm in charge here. You can't tell me what to do and what not to do. So I feel like the president needs to send a strong message as well. But, We don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As you also know, there was a video that I posted a few days ago of the lady saying the MK needs to sit down with the kings to finalize in London before the rally. We have not heard anything from that lady. Hopefully, she comes back with an update. I will reach out to her though and find out if they managed to sit down with President Zuma and how things went. I don't know. There's just so much going on. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section because, as I said, this is a big weekend that we're approaching. This week, in fact, is a big week with a big weekend. It's a make or break weekend. It's a make or break weekend. It's a make or break to see how the EFF will, or the outcomes of the NPA, the leadership that will come out of that NPA, so there's just a lot. It is a make or break moment. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. As I said, this is my 2 cents. I am not always right, but I do speak on what I see, and it's just my perspective. And I might be wrong, and that's okay. I'm just embracing my perspective. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Zizi Polupelwane, and this is Simple Politics. So please do me a favor, subscribe. It is free of charge. Do subscribe to this channel so that whenever we drop any new news, you are able to catch up on politics. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. And also, just before I end this live, I'm actually busy watching the court proceedings, the closing remarks on CIC Julius Malema's case of the firearm. Hopefully the case will be closed and it will be the end, because that case has been going on since 2018. So today is the closing remarks. Kubone, I can't wait for the judgment and we are done, so that we can just focus on new things, when it's been ongoing for so long. And once the case is ongoing for that long, you must know that you are not guilty. They just can't find something to make you guilty. If Julius Malema was guilty, they would have arrested him a long time ago. The fact that the case has gone so long is because they don't have anything against him. So you know how it is, okay? Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys on the next episode. A luta continua. The struggle continues. It always continues. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.